Hey man, this is Peter from Soilwork, and today we'll be talking about a little bit about my background with guitar and also about our upcoming album, The Panic Broadcast. Growing up, I think, I was, one of my biggest influences at the time was probably James Hetfield, and I remember, I was always thinking, like, how do you get that beefy guitar tone, and I realized, after analyzing his playing a lot, that I was trying to figure out amps and stuff like that for James, but really where it all is in his right hand, and I think that has been more of a focus for me than leads, I think, and just trying to focus on getting really solid right hand rhythms, because I didn't start out being a lead guy. I was more of a rhythm guitar player, so I feel like that is my strong point, and that's something I really try to push for when I produce. It's like really trying to make sure you pick accurately and you dig hard when you actually play. After that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I grew up with Van Halen, Yngwie Malmsteen, stuff like that, and I guess the big breakpoint for me was when I heard Cowboys from Hell the first time, and that was it for me. I think that I'd never heard anything like it and I actually caught on to that record after it's been out for a while, so it was kind of nice because I picked up that record and was blown away, and then kind of shortly after that, Vulgar Display of Power came out, and that was it. Like I was like, this is what I want to do, and this is the guitar playing, and I loved the fact that I think he mixed the bluesy aspect into the riffing, and it was still so extreme. He is by far, Dimebag is by far my biggest inspiration, I would say. But other than that, God, I love Steve Vai. Matthias E. Eklund from Free Kitchen, he's probably my biggest influence. He's absolutely fantastic guitar player. If you don't know about him, you should go check him out. God, so many. Nuno, great guitar player, love his work. Also, when I lived in Nashville, I started getting really into the bluegrass stuff, and I'm by no means anywhere near those guys, but I really enjoyed going to these open bluegrass jams and just sitting there, ordering pitchers of beer and, basically eating barbecue and listening to all these crazy guys play. I mean, you basically get up there with an acoustic instrument and nothing is plugged in, so every little mistake, you can hear it, but there hardly was any mistakes. Tony Rice, fantastic guitar player. Who else can I say? Guthrie Govan, that's amazing guitar player. I never heard of him until Sylvain joined the band, and he showed me Guthrie's album. I think it's called Erotic Cakes. That album is just absolutely sick, and you have to really try to find someone who has better phrasing than that. It's hard to find. I mean, this guy has everything. He's got the speed, he's got the feeling, and the phrasing. And I think for me, I don't consider myself being a shredder, but I really do emphasize melody and phrasing a lot, I think, in my playing, as well as maybe the bluesy aspect. I think that's something that we've maybe tried to bring back to this new record as well. This is the chorus riff on Late for the Kill, Early for the Slaughter. Alright, here the riff is slow. So basically, because I was so focused on always doing downstrokes when I was a rhythm guitar player. My technique is probably not perfect by any means, but the way to play this riff would be, if you look at the right hand, I do 2 downstrokes and then an upstroke where I do a hammer-on pull-off on between the 10th and 12th fret. And then basically you go down, you do where I downstroke on the first one, and then upstroke. So it's, there you have it. Alright, so in the second song, we're going to go over a lick that comes in the extended part of the second verse. And it goes something like this. Here it is slow. And we have the Thrill, which is kind of a take on originally kind of a bluegrass riff that's been transposed into a metal format, and we thought it sounded pretty cool. It goes something like this.